Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. And I've got a little dot on my paper. Can you see that? Yeah, I'm going to use that and show that to you in a second. Right, I didn't do a video yesterday. Hubby had the day off work, so I just enjoyed that and we enjoyed each other. So that was yesterday, but today is today. Now, I've done paper cuts and put a couple of things together because I didn't want to turn them into anything, because I wanted to show you the alternative uses. So I've done the pumpkin, which has an unusual configuration with its eyes, and that's what I wanted to show you. I've cut out the boo so that you can see it cuts out beautifully. I've used the wax seal again. Yeah, it's awesome. And I also used the bottle, which is a poison bottle, or it can be, you know, anything you want to. You can cut bits of ephemera. It's got a good size hole there so that you can put a hole, and you can put an eyelet. You can use it as a tag. It could be a shaker one because, you know, it's got a label in there so that you can cut a hole to create a shaker, lay it over a solid base. So that one does actually have multiple uses. So you also get the candy apple, which is a scary candy apple. So first up, I'll share the boo, and we can measure that. And it cuts out absolutely fantastic. You've got two little wavy marks there, like a W, so you can dot your white gel pen and make little eyes if you wanted to make it cuter. And you can also cut this again in white, cut the cobweb section out and glue that over the black there so that you've got a white cobweb within the black word. So you can see I'm having a really easy video today, and it measures, when made up, 4 inches. So that is 4 inches across, and it's absolutely wonderful. Right, the next thing is the wax seals, because with this comes 2 little spiders. So I popped one into a wax seal and cut it in orange. And in one of the other things I'm going to show you in a minute, you get 2 tiny little skulls. And so I cut a black wax seal and I did those, and I just think they're absolutely awesome. Because if you remember my video last week, I did the heart and I did the snowflake. So you start to see you can create all kinds of seasonal stuff using your small dies. And as I said, you know, it's permanently on my desk now. So I'm going to be cutting these kinds of things for everything, because it's just a great way to dress up an envelope. And if you use double-sided adhesive on the back, you know, when you die cutting, you can just peel the whole thing off and just stick it as a closure on an envelope. Just love it. Great size, realistic size. Right, the next up is a set, which is the kind of creepy candy apple and also the potion bottle. So I stayed almost within the design of what I see on the website, except I used these. I think I cut these in green, yeah, and I think on the website they're in purple. So I did green and black, and you can see there the oval will cut a shaker into your bottle. But if you think about it from, you know, a sort of junk journal perspective, you can have little images that you may have cropped out of a magazine, or even out of, you know, your scrapbook papers, and you could pop them there. So you could have a little boat and an ocean scene, and it could be, you know, journaling about the beach. So you've got your message in your bottle kind of theme, or your ship in your bottle going on. Or you can even stamp a tiny little Christmas theme there, pop it behind some acetate, because that oval will cut a window. Pop just a, you know, a few tiny little bits of faux snow or something in there, and you've got like a bottle snow globe to put on a journal page or even on a card. So things like this are just absolutely awesome. Now I've piled up my bubbles there, and you can see how I've stacked and glued them, but on a little tag. That's going to be really, really sweet. But as I say, I think the only thing I changed was I've used green bubbles and the website has got purple bubbles. So I'm only going to measure the bottle, because you can pop your bubbles in or out depending where you want them, and that is 2 3/4 inches tall, but just really cute. So that's the other thing that I did. And the next thing that comes with this is the drippy caramel apple. Now, on the website, it's green and red, but what I did was I popped the eyes back in and the nose back in, and this sort of like toothy area here, I think that's the jawbone, and pop that back in white. On the website, it's shown as red. And then the pupils of the eyes are these that popped out of this little skull and crossbones that comes with the bottle set. So I took those out of there, popped those on there, and then I just used a little bit of white gel pen because I just thought it gave a little bit of extra detail. But going back to alternatives again, it cuts out absolutely fabulously in white. So it's almost like a sort of skeletal, ghosty image. And if you distress that up and it's on, I don't know, a stamped and a distressed ink background of cobwebs and stuff like that, that is going to look absolutely awesome. So you're kind of going from a bewildered looking candy apple to something a little bit more sort of like serious. So, you know, for your mixed media and stuff. And it's just nice to be able to show that you can get so many different styles out of one thing. You know, sometimes you look at stuff and it can be a little bit too cutesy, or it can be a little bit too mixed media, and then you think, oh, do I really like that style and what can I do with that? But once you've got it in your hands, there's all different ways that you can do things. I mean, you can, you know, take that up a notch, and if you wanted to melt some clear wax, you could just pour that over the top and it's going to look like a wax seal. Just let it dry, you know, tidy up the edges. And if you haven't got the equipment to do all the wax stamping, then you've made yourself a little wax seal out of a cheap candle or something from Dollar Tree, where you've just melted a bit and popped it on there. So, you know, you've kind of got your foundation to make something that's a little bit more tidy. But glossy accents as well, you know, you can just do whatever you want. Sky's the limit. And picking it up again, because of your layers, you can actually have a wax seal shaker, so you can turn that into a little window and come up quite 3D. So just really cute. Right, last but not least for my sharing, and I need to make a little bit of space for this one to explain it. Now, it's a pumpkin and it comes with the eyes. I've popped one of the little spiders that I've used here, and this comes with the boo, but I decided to put it on there. And you've got the wonderful eyes. Now this here is supposed to be an exclamation mark, but I've used it as a mouth, so I've got that kind of rather insane looking pumpkin. Now it comes with the little skulls that I used in the black wax seal, so I've taken them from here. They come with this pumpkin set. This is supposed to be a bee, so they're kind of like lying on their side. You see that? I mean, those little skulls just on their own, they're awesome. But this is how it's supposed to go. So I've done it like this. But if you take the mouth away, there you've got your B. The eyes are the O's. And then you've got these ziggy bits, which are the boo exclamation, which layer on top of each other and would go on the ends like that. And then you've got, if I can find it, you've got your little dot, and then still got no fingernails, and I don't even know if I can get that on there properly. And then you've got your little white dot to highlight your exclamation. But do you see what I mean? It says boo, but I took that away. And so what I'm left with is a pumpkin and turned the exclamation on its side, and I've got the mouth. Right? Yep. And that is what I've got for you today. Now, I'm going to be up properly tomorrow, more organised. Yeah, right. And I'm going to be doing Panalisa Christmas, because there are some really lovely and cute Christmas dies that she sent to me. But I do thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have an absolutely awesome day. And as usual, all links below. Bye.